Plate joinery, commonly referred to as biscuit joinery, is a fast and strong method for joining panels as well as solid wood products. A portable biscuit joiner is held against the stock while a small diameter blade is plunged into the material as the blade rotates. One of the challenges new operators have is properly registering the parts with the tool. In this video, we will look at 4 types of joints. The most common is a 90-degree butt-jointed corner. This requires a face and an edge to intersect. Start by butting the 2 pieces together and laying out centerline marks approximately 3 inches from the end and 6 inches on center. Rest the fence against the outside face of the first piece. Clamp it to the bench if necessary so you can focus on the operation. Turn the tool on and plunge it into the end of the panel. Repeat as needed. For the second piece, register the tool so the fence is flush against the end. I find it helpful to secure it in a vise and will sometimes add a second backer piece to keep the biscuit joiner steady when plunging. This biscuit joiner has an auxiliary fence that can be added for stability. Test the joint by inserting wood biscuits. Properly executed, the end should be flush with the adjacent panel. Intermediate 90-degree joints often cause confusion. With this joint, the fence is not used. The first step is to locate either the top or bottom face of the intersecting panel. Make a line at this intersection. I call this the hinge point. Tilt the panel down along the line so it rests flat against the intersecting panel. Clamp it in place and lay out the biscuit locations. Now plunge into the end of the first panel. I recommend moving away from the dust to avoid trapping debris between the tool and the material when making successive cuts. Now stand the biscuit joiner upright and make the mating cuts. Notice that there is a centerline locating mark on the underside of the biscuit joiner for this purpose. Once you are done machining the slots, you should be able to install the biscuits and stand the panel in place. Edge-to-edge joints can be used to help align materials when gluing or to extend the length of a panel. The fence registers against the surface of the material. Be careful when registering the biscuit joiner that it is not resting on the table surface. I recommend cantilevering your panel off the workbench slightly to avoid this common mistake. Once both edges have been machined, your panels can be assembled. Apply glue to the slots and insert your biscuits. The final joinery method is a mitered corner. The fence can register either to the inside or outside face. If registering to the outside face, the fence height must be properly adjusted to ensure that the cutter does not cut through the opposite face. Test pieces are always recommended when machining angles. Lay out the biscuit center lines as shown previously and execute the cuts. Miter joints in panels can be used to hide the core of the material and provide an aesthetically pleasing joint. Biscuit joiners are useful for joining materials. Mastering these 4 joints will enable you to use the tool successfully for most situations.